Welcome, wrestling fan, to Friday Evening's Undercard. Today I have an interview with the sadistic savant, James Hardy, and the masked wrestler, Frankie Swamptower, both of whom wrestled at the Firestar Pro Wrestling Future Fire 9 event in Greensboro, North Carolina on April 26th. Frankie trained under wrestling legend Ricky Morton and has worked shows all around the eastern United States. James Hardy has been in wrestling for about 14 years, and as a tag team, they know very well how to get the crowd against them and provoke reactions. Both very unique wrestling personalities, and I'm happy they were willing to come on the show. And now, welcome onto the show, Frankie Swamptower and James Hardy.
See, and this is the problem. Everyone wants to sit there and say, who's James Hardy? No, the thing is you need to get it right. The announcers need to get it right. Commentary needs to get it right. It doesn't matter where I go. I am the sadistic savant, James Hardy. I am the eloquence of evil. I am the pinnacle provider of pain. I bring sadism with a smile, which means for those uneducated people, I like to hurt people, and I enjoy what I do. Now, we were here at Firestar tonight at Future Fire 9. My second time at Firestar Pro. And I brought along a little secret weapon. A lot of people don't realize this, but Frankie Swamptower is a name to be, understood. The uneducated masses need to understand that Frankie Swamptower is a hidden gem, a weapon in disguise. Behind the mask is the mind of a murderer. A mind of a killer, because he doesn't care what he does. If he has to put his own body on the line to make you feel the pain that he feels inside, then that's all he's going to need to do. Tell him, Frankie.
We bring pain and destruction. Firestar will never be the same again.
And that's why the Wrestling Ranger and Kent Wolf found out that we're more than devious. We're more than a monster and a savant. We're more than two guys that just love to hurt people. We're smarter than everyone that steps in the ring with us. And we showed it tonight by proving even a simple suplex can be your undoing. As you can see, he's always smiling, and so am I, because I deliver sadism with a smile.
All right, so hey, Mr. Hardy, Mr. Savant, what made you want to get into professional wrestling?
Other than getting to hurt people and getting paid to do it and hurt people legally in front of people. I've always wanted to be a professional wrestler. It's been one of those things that I've been watching wrestling since I was like 5 years old. It's been a dream of mine to be in that squared circle. And then when I found out I could actually hurt people, it made it even more fun. And I've been doing it for almost 14 years now, and I enjoy it. I enjoy hurting people.
What was your favorite wrestling promotion? Because you and I were sort of looking in that age bracket where there was more than one promotion out there.
Well, I mean, I didn't have a favorite promotion. I watched everything. I studied everything. I watched New Japan. I watched All Japan. I watched WCW, ECW, WWF, WWE, TNA, Impact, everything. If it was wrestling, I enjoyed it. I didn't go to a lot of independent shows and stuff like that, but it was one of those things that it was enjoyable enough on TV, and then as I got older, I would always tell people through school, and what really helped was I met Diamond Dallas Page when I was 8 years old. I was at Gibraltar Trade Center in Taylor, Michigan, and he was there signing autographs. However, at the time, I didn't know this. My cousin and his best friend, who I would actually go over their house and watch the pay-per-views. We would always catch all the pay-per-views, or if I couldn't make it, they would. And I know this was illegal back then, but come on, who didn't do tape trading? Literally. They would record the pay-per-view for me and make sure I was able to see it. If for some reason I was grounded or whatever, but I saw most of the pay-per-views, including the Royal Rumbles back when they used to be a Thursday night tradition. Survivor Series when it was Thanksgiving night. I remember the days before Sunday night pay-per-views all the time. So, it was one of those things that, they were there, and I was like, who are you guys waiting in line for? They're like, oh, just wait. And it happened to be, it was a couple days before my birthday, and they're like, we got a surprise for you. I'm like, what do you mean? I didn't even know you guys were going to be here. I was just picking up a few, NES games, because, Gibraltar Trade Center, if you lived in Michigan, you understood that was the place to go for cheap games. People were there was buying, selling, trading back before GameStop even existed. So it was one of those things that, I was waiting in line, and we got to the front, and there's Diamond Dallas Page. And I looked at him, and I told him, I was like, you know what? I want to be a professional wrestler like you. And he goes, well, if you work hard, train hard, and don't let anyone tell you you can't, then, it can happen. A little interesting segue, though, is 2011, I was at the Western New York Men's Expo in Seneca Niagara Casino. And I waited in line because I saw someone was there. And that was right before my 6-year anniversary in professional wrestling. I waited in line. There were probably about 500 people waiting in line just to meet Angelina Love and a bunch of other people. And I literally walked up to him and I said, look, Mr. Page, I'm not in line for an autograph. I'm not in line for a picture or anything like that. I'm in line for one reason. That's to tell you thank you. Because July 31st will be my 6-year anniversary in professional wrestling. And it was because of you telling me that anything was possible and not give up when I was 8 years old. And I just want to say thank you. And I shook his hand as a coworker, as a professional wrestler to another professional wrestler. But I was always a fan. So that's how I got into wrestling. And that's why I am here. And I'm about to celebrate 14 years at the end of July. A lot of guys my age probably are looking at their 20th. I didn't start till I was 22. I got a late start, but I'm still here. And I'm showing all these young kids that this old man can still go. Yeah, he's getting a little worried. You see this Swamptower? He's getting a little worried. You know what? I think for your safety, I think we should end it here.
Okay. Hey, guys, I appreciate the time. And for all the listeners out there, we appreciate you listening. Talk to you again next time.